4:56 on television. 4:56 on television. Then on Friday afternoon, the young user there from South Africa, Alistair Faye, qualifying in 81st place, and unfortunately missing his first World Cup appearance. He was so close. Just to show you how brutal the sport is, Alistair Faye was 0.07 seconds off qualifying for this afternoon's finals. That is truly brutal. And what a great guy, a big future for Alistair Faye from South Africa as we wait for Paye to come down the course. There's your view of your finish line. It does look beautiful. The sun starting to move now, and not as much sun on the track. The finish still alive and alight, but the sun's starting to go down now as we wait for the first man to make his way down the hill. The first split on a 2:09. That's at the top of the pedaling section into Katela.
Okay, everyone, welcome back. I'm afraid I think we might have had some technical errors at the start of that webcast there. So just to recap, Tracy Mosley then taking the win with a 4:56.16. Fionn Griffiths was second, also from Great Britain. So a UK 1-2. Emmeline Rigaud in third. Fourth place, Sabrina Jonier. Fifth, Florian Pougin. Sixth was Celine Gross. Seventh, Emmeline Siegenthaler. Eighth, Manon Carpenter. Sue Master ninth. Bernard in 10th. The men's have started. You're watching Freecaster live and exclusive. It's the 2011 UCI Mountain Bike World Cup. This is the downhill, the big one, here from Pietermaritzburg in South Africa. I'm very glad to welcome Martin Whiteley, who's joined me, the Trek team manager, and obviously a very, very happy man after seeing Tracy come down then.
Man, that was one of the hardest things. Like, that was so close. Full credit to Fionn and Emmeline. They rode their legs off in this race. It was a really, really tough race. And when you look at the gap, I mean, I didn't know until the clock came up.
No, we didn't. To be honest, we almost thought that Tracy had a problem in the middle over the big jump. She went to the right, but I guess she was missing the lip because she wasn't jumping it or something, right?
Yeah, exactly. And coming into the four-cross section, something hit her rear wheel. She bucked up pretty bad. I don't know if you saw that on the screen, but it threw her off. And she thought, you know, I'm absolutely spent. I daren't take any more risks right now. I'm just going to hang on till the end. And then she heard the commentator, the on-site commentator, saying, oh, she doesn't look so fast. She's not pedaling. And she thought, bugger that. And she got out and just pedaled a little bit harder. And I reckon that's where the 2:10s are.
Do you know what? I have to admit, we kind of thought the same as well. But just, well, there you go.
From this point here, they can hear the commentator.
Great. Well, who can't?
Yeah.
God damn, you can hear him.
He's large and in charge,
You can hear him in Johannesburg. We can't hear anything but him at the minute here. So. But absolutely a great result for you, Martin. And, you know, Tracy started off pretty slowly last year, built as the season went on, World Championship, and she's opened 2011 with a bang.
Yeah, look, I think any World Champion will tell you when they start the season in that jersey, they want to get a win in that jersey, because we've seen many World Champions not win a race since they earned it. And it's a great relief for her to win in that jersey. She said that on the line to the TV commentary. It's such a privilege to wear it. And I know there's a lot of people back home that are really cheering for her.
She obviously felt like she wants to do it justice, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, we're really thrilled with that. We've got an exciting race coming up with the men today. I mean, there's so much that can happen now that we see how fast the course is. Tracy was 15 seconds faster than quali. So for the women, it's running 15 seconds faster. The men were predicting 10 seconds. I reckon it's well faster than that for the men. And who knows? I mean, there's a lot of guys who've done a lot of work on their bikes, on their tyre choices and so on since Friday.
Yeah.
And I think you're looking at two different races.
Yeah, that's right. I agree with you, Martin. I mean, we said earlier in the broadcast it was pretty... big whip out there from Daniel Pombo. But it was pretty wet. We've had a lot of rain, and more than anything, though, it didn't really get muddy. It just got unbelievably slippery.
Yeah, and then from the National last week, they had people on course scraping by hand the excess mud off the track, so they didn't get the tram lines baked into it.
Is that right?
Yeah, by hand, the workers were out there clearing the track, and so you end up with a smoother surface that still got slippery, but then when it baked hard, it wasn't full of like ruts and things that would have been too hard to manage.
So good. It's all going to be good. I mean, we've got a very high-speed, fast, spectacular track here as well in Pietermaritzburg. So make sure you stay with us all afternoon. It's going to be an absolutely amazing afternoon's racing. Spectacular jumps here. I don't know if we've seen anyone send that big 60-foot hip yet. They're all kind of cutting the corner at the moment, going onto the bank. But, man, that's a big jump. And
yeah.
What do you think about the pressure on Greg Minaria this afternoon? Every 5 seconds they're playing the old...
Yeah, he played it to me 4 weeks ago, and I said, man, you better not be playing that every 5 minutes. It's going to cause you a lot of pressure and a bit of angst amongst the rest. But you got to admire the fans. They love this stuff. They turned up with shopping trolley loads of beer at about 9 o'clock this morning, and they haven't shut up since. So, I mean, it's all good for the atmosphere of the sport. I'm sure if we're in Perth, the Sam Hill fans would do the same and all that sort of thing. If we're in Wales doing a World Cup, you'd watch the Atherton clan going nuts. So I think it's great for the sport. That
is good, yeah.
But look, this Daniel Pombo, who's leading right now from Portugal, he's actually the mechanic of his brother Manuel, and he's leading the World Cup right now.
No way, is that right?
Yeah, so he's Manuel Pombo's mechanic, and Manuel will probably coming up a little bit later in the start list. But Daniel Pombo from Madeira Island in Portugal leading the race right now.
No way, look at that with a 4:35.6. Harmstrom in second there with a 4:39.7. Parra from France in third at the moment, and there's Paye in fourth. My pronunciations are definitely getting worse, these foreign names as well.
I did notice the difference, actually.
I'm trying.
You're really trying.
I bought one of those cassette things in the winter, but it didn't get much use, to be fair.
All right, who's our next rider up we got?
We have got, I think, is it Fergus?
Fergus McGlone, yeah. I mean, really watch out for this kid. A great, I think he's from Scotland, a really talented junior.
First World Cup.
Yeah, and I saw him when he crossed the line. He was inside the top 80 and he was wrapped because this isn't his kind of course at all. So he wants to get in, get some points, but by the time we get round to some of those more technical tracks, this is a kid to watch, and I think a few of the team managers have already got their eyes on him for the future.
That's right. Well, I spoke to Stu Thompson. He's riding for MTB Cut at the moment. Actually won the last round of the Junior British Downhill Series as well, so definitely one for the future. Another fast Scottish rider. What are we going to do with them? So many of them, eh?
No, I mean, it's great. I mean, it's hard. I mean, Scotland should almost want a petition to be a separate country for the World Championships.
They do. They petition to be a separate country of everything else.
Well, they are at the Commonwealth Games, aren't they? At the Commonwealth Games, yeah, Scotland and Wales and England all compete individually. The listeners can correct me if I'm wrong, but, I mean, there is so much talent up that way, and it would make it easy for the people from Wales and England.
Here he is then, Fraser McGlone. Fast down through the bottom, like you said, it's not a track that's going to suit a lot of these young kids, is it really? You know, they like to be fast, technical, steep stuff, and this is certainly fast, but ultimately it's going to come down to fitness, I think. But he's had a good split there, 2.4 up for him, so it's a good run from him. Over 60 kilometres an hour through the speed trap to it at 60.62, fourth fastest through that speed trap. So,
I mean, these young guys who love the gravity-fed stuff have got to look to guys like Josh Bryceland and Brendan Fairclough, who, in fairness, this year have really turned it around. And they're showing.
Did you just see him doing the bottom?
No, not yet.
Didn't we? Sorry, dude.
No, it's all right. I've got a map here if you want to look.
I could do with it. No. That was a bit of a weird cut. I think we did see him drop in. Yeah. So he didn't go back up the hill. That was dropped in by accident.
All right.
Yeah. Although a map would be good. Maybe at this point.
But I mean, these young kids, like you say, you know, not sort of his course right now, but there are riders we've seen in the past who've had to turn things around. He has got taken the lead right now, which would be nice for him to sit in the hot seat and have that experience at the World Cup for his first ever.
Great experience for him. So nearly a second up then for Fraser McGlone, riding for MTB Cup. And, you know, these guys ain't faking it. They're